The time is now 6:15 PM. I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we move forward with the abatement that was presented in executive session.
Motion,
Second it.
the motion and second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Board. Appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity to work.
Agenda, we're gonna also deviate a little bit more from the agenda. If we could now go to agenda item number 7, discuss impossible action regarding the remodel of Bostic Park. Gilbert.
All right, thank you. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say thank you all for inviting me here again tonight. Good to see all of y'all. Kind of get the screen up for me.
And Gilbert, from agenda item number 7, we'll also go to agenda item number 8. Discussing possible action regarding remodel for Logan Park.
Okay, all right, thank you, thank you. And what I've been tasked to do, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the mask if it's okay with y'all. What I've been tasked to do is to provide some playground design options for Bostic Park and Logan Bounce. And that's what I've done. The
Start with Bostic Park.
Huh?
Start
We
with
have our
Bostic.
handouts too.
Yes.
what's that?
We have our handouts.
Okay. And we're gonna start off with first Bostic Park. And but first, who are we? We're Craftsman Playground. We've been in business 40 years. We build parks, shelters, shades, side amenities. We're family owned, and we support and work in Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. We're members of several different organizations, as you can see on the right-hand side. Texas Recreation and Parks is one of them, Texas Municipal League, which I saw some of y'all at. Who do we represent? We represent different manufacturers throughout the park industry, like Water Odyssey for splash parks, Superior Playgrounds, RCP shelters, side amenities. Okay, Bostic Park. If y'all can pull up quote number 71520, you can follow us along. If y'all been to Bostic Park, this particular area, within that particular fence area is pretty tight. We have right now a metal slide and one base swing set that's broken down. So this is what we're wanting to propose, playground here for age group 2 to 5. And this particular playground, wrote my little cheat sheet there, it has a capacity of 20 kids. And then here's another angle of it. On the left-hand side, proposing a what they call the 9-foot whirl web. That 9-foot whirl web, the kids can climb on the rope on the outside, and this apparatus rotates 360 degrees, and an ADA, it's also ADA compliant, so ADA children can sit inside of the platform as the mom spins them around. It could also be used for a smaller child also. We're proposing engineered wood fiber, polyturn borders, ADA ramp, as you see. There's just a couple of other shots of the whirl web. That's a 9-foot whirl web on the left, play unit on the right. And here's an aerial just showing kind of the positioning of the Bostic Park, of the 9-foot whirl web right above the name Boston Park there, and the playground on the left-hand side. The playground would take, there's presently a one-bay swing set there where the play unit is, and where the 9-foot whirl web is proposed, there's a metal slide there. So, and the setup would be something like this, with engineered wood fiber polytimber borders and ramp. Just going back, you'll see a metal, right by the play unit on the right-hand side, there's a metal shelter there, and a concrete pad above that play unit. You can see it there. Now just remember that, and that's how it'd be set up around the shelter and the concrete pad. Okay. Those are all the items there that are included as the whirl web, the play unit, safety mats, engineered wood fiber, full ramp, polytimber borders, engineered wood fiber, material surcharge that's going on right now. Removal and haul off, we would remove the metal slide and the one bay swing set. We would name this, we would name the city as additional insured, and then we also have performance and payment bonds included. On the left-hand side, you can see that there's an item subtotal, shipping, discount allowed for this. And speaking of discounting, I have allowed buy board discount, so this can be run through the buy board. Subtotal, of course, no tax in installation for this. Again, I want to just say that don't pay too much attention to all the pricing that you're gonna see, because these are just proposal designs, ideas. We could always redesign, and I'll be happy to redesign to whatever your budget is for each of the two parks. Okay. Moving on, Logan Park. This is a particular park over on the corner of Pratt and Otto. And anyway, this is a very large park, has a lot of room here, a lot of potential. We do have some outdated playground equipment here. And here I've proposed three different options, or four different options, three of them being playground equipment, and the fourth option, side amenities. You'll see that here in just a moment. This here is the first playground design I've come up with. If you want to follow on quote number Q71467. Pushing the wrong button. Set up this particular option, this playground option with some other playground components to make it a real nice park for you. You can see the swing set there in the back. The swing set close to you, that's a 5-inch arched swing set, starting from right to left. On the far right, you have a couple of baby buckets for the small children. Next bay is ADA inclusive seats. I'm proposing one for the age group 2 to 5 and one for the older children 5 to 12. A couple of baby buckets, and then on the end we have a team swing. Team swing, 3 or 4 kids can get in there and play in that particular apparatus. Here's the play unit. That particular play unit for option 1 is 2 to 12. It has a capacity of 64 children. The web world that you saw in there is 10 foot, and kind of like it's 1 foot larger than the web world and the first option at Bostic. In this same design, we have a spinner, a cozy pod spinner proposed. That cozy pod spinner I like because it spins around. It's also ADA compliant, so a mom with a disabled child can, help them into there, and they can spin the pod around for them. And then the retro rocker on the far right. I like the retro rocker because not only can it be used by two children, but that, heavy-duty spring on the bottom, it will allow, if mom just comes with one child, it'll allow that one child to be able to, play on that, retro rocker. And then in this same proposal, we have a Roto Bounce. I like the Roto Bounce. It's a teeter-totter for the older age group, 5 to 12. Not only does that Roto Bounce on the left-hand side, does it go up and down, but it also, goes around 360 degrees. Okay? So it's different than just a regular teeter-totter. I've put in a couple of these already at some other locations and had some real good feedback on it. The 10-foot web whirl is a little larger, has a larger footprint, okay? This particular web whirl can hold up to 20, 25 kids on, you know, on the inside and inside, outside, you know, they can sit on the platform. And then the 4-bay arch swing set. That's the layout I'm proposing, you know, in the corner of Logan Park. And that would have the poly timber, engineered wood fiber play equipment. Those circles around that playground equipment is what they call the use zone. And when the guys install, they have to install per the consumer product safety guidelines. And, we always have to be aware of the use zone, according to the consumer product safety guidelines. On that particular quote, 71,467, that option 1, all the items listed that I just went through, includes engineered wood fiber, ADA ramp, timbers, safety wear mats, material surcharge, removal and haul off of all the equipment, naming the city as additional insured, and payment of performance bonds, okay? And this is option 1 for that particular option you just saw was 243, almost 244, okay? Includes shipping, your buy-board discounting, and install. Option 2, did a little something different here. Instead of having one play unit for age group 2 to 12, and you can follow along on quote number 71473. Did a little something different here. Instead of having one play unit 2 to 12, I broke them up and divided 2 play units, one for 2 to 5, one for age group 5 to 12. And the play units. Put this up here if you don't mind, I'm sorry. The 5 to 12 play unit on the right-hand side, that has a capacity of 49 children. The age group 2 to 5, which is the one on the left right there, it has a capacity of 40 children. So, and it looks like a thunderstorm's coming in from the north there. And then, there's another shot of it. As you can see, there's a lot of playground equipment here, a lot of play value. This one's a little different because has a spinner, cozy pod, retro rockers, the other ones before, Roto Bounce, web whirl, and the swing set. But I also included clownfish and blue tang spring rider for this particular option. Here is the 2D view back in the corner of the park again. I forgot forgot to mention on, option one, the size of it. The size of this particular footprint of this whole playground is almost 67 foot wide by 117 foot long. That's how much area it's gonna take for this proposal. Again, everything's listed, should be listed on your quote, which is quote number 71473 again. It includes everything from engineer wood fiber, polytherm borders, safety wear mats, material surcharge, removal, naming the city as additional insured, and performance and payment bonds. This one here is 281, okay? Third option, which is on quote number 71474, okay? This is actually the play unit from Hovis Park. I don't know if y'all seen Hovis Park. That was a beautiful, setup we put out there with the swing set. This particular play unit's a little smaller than the first two options. It's again, a 2 to 12 play unit, and it has a capacity of 37 children. With the same components that we had in the first option and second option minus the spring riders. If you've noticed on all three options, we do have some shading on all three options of the play units. So, again, spinner, cozy pod, retro rocker. I didn't wanna change it up way too much, cause, you know, I concentrated on giving you some different play unit, looks. This is the way this is gonna look from a 2D, top view perspective. It's 67 feet, wide by about 97, almost 98 feet in length. It's a little smaller than the option 2. Again, everything's listed. 2 to 12 play unit, swing set, cozy pod, all the play unit equipment, the engineer wood fiber, polytherm borders, payment performance, additional insured. And this one's 182. Okay. Now, over here at Logan Bounce, there's 3 concrete pads that I saw. There's another one in the far corner. I think it was a concrete pad, but with my back, I didn't want to walk that far. Sorry. But on what I'm proposing is to replace the picnic tables. You have 3 wooden picnic tables that served its purpose, but now have to be, I would say, need to be replaced. Also, the barbecue grills, proposing 4 pedestal barbecue grills. And these side amenities are on quote number 71699 if you'd like to follow along. And then you have 1 6-foot wooden bench out there that I would say needs to be replaced. And this is what I'm proposing to replace it with. However, that's showing, didn't have a different picture showing in-ground legs, so I had to show this one, but yours would be in-ground legs going into the ground. And for this proposal, it is $11,496.87. So, and just a little while ago, I made a comment about all the shade structure, or the play units have shade structures on them. Each of those particular shade structures will have glide elbows. These glide elbows help facilitate the removal of the canopy in case of oncoming hurricane. You see that back cap on the right-hand side, you just remove that. There's a metal nut in there that moves that metal finger on top, so you can barely see it there. But that moves back and forth. Here's a diagram of it. The middle picture shows the cabling being placed on that metal finger, and then you adjust it to, you adjust the nut, and that tightens up the finger, pulls the finger closer to you, so it tightens up the fabric. And you loosen it up in the opposite manner. You loosen the nut, and which will loosen the fabric. Even a layman like me can probably take that off. In case y'all wonder what payment and performance bonds are, okay? A payment and performance bond is a type of contractual guarantee offered by a contractor to the owner of a property or asset for a specific project that the contractor is willing to do. The bond ensures that contractor will complete the project as specified or face serious default penalties. You know, many cities that we deal with require payment and performance bonds. And I'm assuming y'all are no different. Y'all require that. And payment and performance bond will, if the contractor doesn't fulfill their obligation, then there should be enough there to help the city finish the project, but Craftsman's not gonna do that to you. We're gonna start it and finish it for you. Additional insured, in case y'all are wondering what additional insured is, it's basically just putting the city on our general liability, or general insurance. And you'll be added, the city will be added to our insurance in case there's any damage to the truck or anything. Got you covered. Any questions? Thank you for letting me make this presentation. Again, you know, those are just some options. There are several different playground designs that we can provide you, so you know that. And
Yes.
these are just some I threw out there. Okay? Since you give me some more specific parameters, and I can work within those particular parameters.
Thank you very much, Bill. Appreciate it.
Madam President, how long are these prices good?
Well, right now, with the metal going up and up, it seems like they're changing every couple of weeks. I mean, we're only holding it like for 30 days. Yeah, and then we'll have to revise it.
What's the price difference? Well, actually, I want to know what's the difference. I know you using the wood fibers, and I've seen some with the rubber.
Well,
type.
yes, when it comes to surfacing material, there's different types of surfacing material. Engineered wood fiber is the most typically used and the most economical. Then you have playground grass and what they call port in place rubber. They also have loose rubber. I'm gonna try to talk you out of it, okay, because it's an expensive product, and it'll fall outside of the surfacing box,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Unless you have a maintenance guy going out there and picking up all those pieces of rubber and putting them back there.
Understand.
You know, lawnmower's gonna come by and start shooting them off into the grass, but no, it's, when it comes to playground grass and pour-in-place rubber is troweled in like a concrete. First you put in your sub-base, which can be a decomposed aggregate, I'm not decomposed aggregate, compacted aggregate is what I wanna say. And we put that in 4 inches, and then with poured in place, you put in what's called a SBR layer, which is a black shredded rubber,
Mm-hmm.
combined mixed in with some urethane binder, and then it's troweled down. and that's SBR will determine the thickness, the critical fall height of the playground equipment. So if you have playground equipment that's at 8 foot, that thickness of the poured-in-place rubber is gonna be probably at about 3.75 inches.
Okay.
If you have playground equipment that's only 4 foot in height, well, you're probably looking at about 2 to 2.5 inch thickness. Okay, so that particular poured-in-place rubber is put in for whatever the critical fall height is of the playground equipment.
Okay.
And, that particular product and playground grass are probably the Cadillacs of surfacing. Okay, but even that being said, there's still maintenance that needs to be, you know, performed on the grass and also the poured-in-place.
Okay.
Okay. And, even on the playground equipment, somebody should be going out to, you know, your playground equipment and inspecting it at minimum 1 time a month. And it just depends on how the playground equipment's being used. And a school, you know, a school setting, at least weekly, if not every other day. But in HOA, park, maybe, you know, once a month, twice a month, you know.
If we ever needed to replace the wood fiber, how long would it take to get it in?
The engineered wood fiber is pretty quick turnaround. I mean, it's probably 2 to 3 weeks, you know, tops. You know, our guys can, you know, fit it in between projects and get it in.
Okay.
Because we have local, companies that we can get the product delivered from.
Okay.
And our guys would install it. We don't manufacture it, we purchase it just like everybody else
Okay.
from a company that manufactures engineered wood fiber. Now, engineered wood fiber is different than just your regular landscaping mulch. Your engineered wood fiber is shredded manufacturing a particular way in order to meet head impact criteria. Okay, it's been tested by a third party. And it's put in that 12-inch compacted depth,
Yeah.
that particular material.
I got a chance to touch some of it at TML, and I was actually trying to pull a splinter out of it, and they do something to the wood that makes it real soft,
Yeah.
and it won't splinter up.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it comes to engineered wood fiber, there's 2 types of engineered wood fiber, whether it's pine, which is usually your softer
Mm-hmm.
wood, and that's what we use. There's also a hardwood material that they make the engineered wood fiber from.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have anything else.
Okay, board.
And just right now, I mean, even if we were to order anything tomorrow, let's say we place an order tomorrow, we're probably looking at March before we actually receive any equipment. That's just the way the industry's going right now.
Wow.
So, it's a long period, long time.
Madam President, is this something we're gonna vote on tonight?
Well, we have it for discussion and possible action, but I know that you just received the PowerPoint, so I would prefer if board doesn't mind that they look at the information and,
Well, on top of it, I would like to remind the board that we do have a big project going on at Hovis Park. Let's not overextend ourselves at one time, so we have too many projects going on and we don't finish anything.
Yeah.
I know that people griping about this now. We actually have a park budget, so we're gonna get it done. But let's take care of one thing at a time and then move to the next. Then I think that would help everybody. That's just my discussion point.
okay.
Well, my discussion point is, I know we do have a big project at Hovis, but just based on these timeframes, you know, we can look at the time frame of Hovis. When is that gonna be finished? Is that gonna be finished in March? And then we look at this and we decide, okay, then it's December of 2022. So I think we need to keep in mind, even though we do have a big project in Hovis, looking at the time frames and seeing what we can work with parallel, especially if we go with maybe the smaller park. Not right now, but just up for that discussion and look at those time frames because it's taking so long to get items. So That would probably be just to look at those timeframes on the current project, what's our end date on that, so that we're not waiting till that is 100% finished, and then we set back another year, especially just based on the supply chain management, just to take a look at our budget, what we have left. So that was, definitely something that I'd like to look into.
And plus also, the other thought that I have is, let's say you order something by December, hopefully pricing doesn't change by December, but if we can lock in that price, and if y'all don't want it installed till
Summer.
April, then we can plan on having that item shipped
Mhm.
in March, end of March, so we can start in April.
Yeah, I think it's great that we're able to finally see just some numbers for the other parks, because we have been, we've had a lot of delays dealing with just COVID and things like that, but we're definitely serious about making sure that, the parks are taken care of here in our community, because we have a lot of kids, we have a lot of children here in school, and, they do use the parks. So it's definitely something that we're interested in taking care of.
You just tell me how much and when, and
Well,
All right.
Thank you for the
Y'all have a nice
presentation.
evening.
thank you
Thank
very
you.
much,
Thank you.
Gilbert. We really appreciate
Good
it.
presentation, Gilbert.
do I just pin this in?
So let the record reflect that there's no action taken on agenda item number 7 or agenda item number 8. Agenda item number 6, I know we're going, but I'm trying to get the guest out as early as possible.
But one of them lives here, so he's not here.
Agenda item number 6, discussion and possible action regarding a remodel of Hovis Pavilion and Barbecue Shed. And I don't know, I'm gonna say this, Attorney Mike, there's something that has been brought to my attention tonight, and it's possible that we might have to have a special meeting. And right now, my suggestion to the board is that we not, spend right now, because something that was brought to my attention tonight, a lot of money.
That's fine with me.
Okay, come on up.
Well, thank y'all. Unfortunately, I don't have all this. Mine is on a piece
That's
of paper.
okay, I can read it, we can
Well,
see
if
it.
you read it, that's good. We're giving way back, I'd given a bid to do some of this.
That is correct.
Yeah, but anyway, I kind of changed it up. So what we're gonna do is remove the old purlins and the metal roof, okay? Some of the, around the building, they call a soffit around it, but I wanna eliminate it, cause it's just a bird nest, all it is. So then we wanna clean the columns and main beam and paint them all, and then we're gonna put the purlins and the metal roof back on, and then paint all that. We're gonna power wash the concrete when we get through, haul off all the debris. The electrical, I put an estimate there because I don't know how much of this is good and how much isn't, okay? But I think I allowed enough where I'll be all right. And, on the electrical, we're thinking about putting 6 light fixtures, one on each side of the bays, what you call it bays, where the columns are, and then I counted them up, there was 8 receptacles around it, it was one on every column. There's 8 columns, there was one, what they call a fourplex on each one, which I feel is enough. And, that was about all we were gonna do there. I haven't chose a color yet, Ms. Vine hasn't chose a color yet. I feel like we wanna make this colorful though, I mean, I don't think we wanna paint it white or, I think when y'all wanna make kind of a color,
We want to be coordinated with the colors that are out there.
okay, that's what I say, you may want some reds, some greens. You don't wanna kinda colorize like red, green, blue, I don't know, I just thought about it. I just thought about making it look kind of colorized, but you may wanna put it one color, but I don't care. I don't care, whatever y'all wanna do, okay? So, that's the price on the pavilion. Does anybody have any questions about the pavilion?
Sir.
So that's 36.5. Okay,
And then the barbecue shed. We're we're gonna remove the metal and replace it. Then we're gonna power wash everything and then paint everything up, okay? And we're gonna power wash the slab. We're gonna add 4 new light fixtures and plugs in there. And then we're gonna try to get all the barbecue pits functionable, where they work.
Right.
Okay? And then we're gonna paint all the barbecue pits black, that's what color they are now. And I'm gonna try to repair this kitchen cabinet out there. I guess the biggest problem is, you know, it has water to it, and I don't know how bad they tear that up. But I was gonna try to fix the countertop, you know, like where people clean up or whatever. And, that's a total prize on it. And we are gonna paint the undercoating of all the metal, like when you buy metal, it's gonna be, I price mine on galvanum top because that's what's out there now, it's galvanized. But underneath it, we can paint that any color, I guess, whatever y'all recommend or Ms. Vine. But I would
It's
like
the
to
board,
paint
it's gonna be the board.
Okay, I would like to paint underneath it, you know, rather than just see this, cause it's gonna be white or discolored, it's not a pretty side on one side.
Okay.
So I would like to be able to paint that one side underneath all of them and kinda make them look pretty.
Okay.
You know. And just so you know, I don't care if I make any money off this job or not, I just wanna see the kids have a nice place, that's what it, I mean, you know, I know y'all trying to get some, youth leagues going on, I've heard that, and I like to be a part of it. I mean, I always feel like our youth need something to do, and right now, there's not a lot for them to do, so what do? They get in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was there, you know, so I know what it is, so I would like to help as much as I could, you know, to, try to get you know, something for the youth, and family also, you know.
Well, I think that's long overdue.
Yes.
Yes,
Long
Yeah, we looked at
overdue.
this a long time ago. but
Yes,
the
we did.
purlins are just rusted completely. I
Yeah.
mean, they're bad. That's the reason I'm just gonna take them down and get rid of them,
Yeah.
and just put new ones up.
Totally agree, Eric.
okay, board.
Y'all got any other questions? And y'all don't have to make a decision on this, you know. I'll just check the metal prices, you know, if y'all decide to do it and see if they have a big increase. Hopefully they're not. Hopefully everything increased to the max. I don't know though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know I can hold this, you know, for 30 days or longer, okay?
I do have a question. What is the completion time on this? If we decide to move forward with this, what is the, start and end time?
Well, probably the pavilion about a month, well, probably about a month. We might be able to do them all in say 4 to 6 weeks.
So you're saying maybe just a 6-week time frame
Yeah,
for
to do
both
both
of
of them,
these
yeah.
things?
Yeah,
Depending on
whether,
whether.
and what material I can get.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. Right now, my hardest thing to get it, you won't believe it, is paint. Can't get it. It's just hard to find. Of course, I use Sherwin-Williams, so hard to find. And they sent me a notice in September, they charged me 4% on anything I buy. I don't know what for, but it's a 4% surcharge.
That's
Well,
called
what
a
do you do?
kiss.
Huh?
I call it kiss.
Yeah. I mean, what do you do? You know, you pay it. And you
Yeah.
just happy about it.
And so,
But other than that, the metal, from what I understand, I didn't, the last time I checked, I wasn't gonna have any problem buying galvanum
Okay.
metal, so I think we'd be all right.
so what's the maximum amount of time do you think? I know you don't control all the powers that be, but if 6
I would still
weeks-
say 6 weeks, we ought to, yeah, I would say
it
6
should be
weeks, we
a
should be
complete
through.
job.
Yeah,
So we're gonna need, if the board so chooses, they're gonna need a start date and a possible end date.
yeah. And then the weather factored into all this, cause, you know, you
So-
can't paint outside if it's,
6 to 8 weeks.
yeah, yeah. And y'all take your time whenever y'all make up your mind.
It's a board decision, so.
Yeah. But y'all don't wanna decide right now, do y'all?
Let's let
Yes,
them to
sir.
the board.
It's in the budget, let's move forward.
Yeah.
That was one of the projects we went on the longest to get started with, so
Yeah.
we might want to Well, I'm in favor, go ahead and
Well,
move us
I'm
forward.
board, I'll entertain a motion.
Okay. Madam President, I make a motion to move forward with the project presented by 9G Construction, remodeling.
Second.
The motion and second. Any further discussion?
What you want to do is, red, blue, complimentary paint.
What?
Red and blue complimentary paint,
Yeah.
that's complimentary paint.
It's wrong, red and blue.
Okay, I know. Are we finished with the discussion?
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
I'll entertain a motion. I mean, a vote. All those in favor?
Motion passed.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
When do y'all wanna get started?
When can you get started?
Probably gonna be after Thanksgiving.
Okay,
good.
that'll be good. Just we'll get Mr. Richardson, that's your project.
Okay, cause you realize I'm gonna take the top off and all the purling, so it's just gonna be an open
Sure.
thing right there till we can,
Mr. Richardson and Mr. Green.
okay, y'all, I'll be talking to y'all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank y'all very much. I'm gonna go home and eat, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. We appreciate you being patient. Okay, I've not, stop jumped around so much. Okay,
Stay safe out there now.
All right.
agenda item number 5. Discuss and approve minutes of the BEDC October 12, 2021 meeting. Board, you've had the opportunity to read the minutes. I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the BEDC October 12th, 2021 meeting.
Second.
It's been motioned and second. Any further discussion? Ms. Allison, Vice President Allison. All those in favor? Motion carries. Okay, agenda item number 9. I apologize for skipping around. Mr. Richardson, update on the basketball goals for Hovis Park.
I haven't lost my chain of thought since you moved around so much, Madam President. But anyway, I've contacted, an individual who, it's a company that does basketball, and right now, what season is it? Basketball.
Basketball.
They assure us that they will come out, they're willing to look at the goals, remove what's there, get rid of it, hang the new ones, won't put it on the city to do it. So they're willing to do that, but he said, wait till he come out before he start talking about any price. And
That's
do
what
all
I'm
the
gonna
legwork.
say. We need
And
to
then-
have, an estimate.
Then I'll give him Vicky's information, he'll send it to Vicky, not to me.
So we'll put that on the next,
Yes.
agenda.
And I told him I want to meet him out there when he comes to actually do, this year.
Okay, agenda item number 10, EDC Coordinators Report. Sorry to make you last.
No. Madam President, members of the board, staff, council. Let me first say I appreciate your support in, the matter that we discussed earlier today. I take great pride, and I know you do, in growing the economy of, the city of Brookshire and providing citizens with employment opportunities. And, I get a little frustrated, this is editorial and I probably shouldn't, but that's never stopped me in the past, has it? When people criticize this body for not doing certain things, when this body has been, if anything, progressive, proactive, and very responsible. And it's been my pleasure to work with you folks for the last 11 years. And if they've got any comments, tell them to call me. And I'll be happy to not be the diplomat that you also, do so well. Now, having said that, and another example of your fine work, I'm very proud of the fact, that Vicky got to receive award at TEDC. We were very fortunate. We applied for, an award with the Texas Economic Development Council. And this year, last year, you had to tolerate me. This year, Miss Vicky had to tolerate me. But we received, one that I'm very proud to say, measurable objectives. And largely, it's on the effort of you all setting goals and us putting numbers together collectively. We submitted all the activity at Empire West, plus the other projects, And, we received that award and included in the two newsletters that you've got from us, and our progress reports are, reflections of that. I was not able to attend, yesterday morning's groundbreaking, but Empire West, has now broken ground on another 2.5 million square feet. Again, one of my editorial comments, I'm peripherally familiar with the gentleman's comments, I'm very familiar with his comments, peripherally familiar with the rationale behind them. Well, I would say ask Stream Realty and the folks at Empire West, or Runfos, or Ferguson, or Wherefore, how user-friendly this body has been. I get a little upset when I hear somebody coming in line at about $1.50. And that's enough of my editorial, but look at what you've done for those companies. And you should take great pride in it, because it's growing the economy of this outstanding community. I'll quit preaching, that's your job. And I'm not doing your job, I'm not very good at it. I have a low threshold for you don't want. And I don't mind saying that, and I apologize if I've offended anyone. But I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, or address any comments from the October and/or November reports submitted. I want to say two things too. In addition, I have had the greatest pleasure of working. Appreciate y'all renewing the contract. You've been like family, with the exception of Justin. I can't say no. I really feel like Justin and I work for the team that we've got in place. I think works very well together. Miss Vicky it's an amazing what she does, and frankly what she tolerates. When I heard a little bit about that discussion, I said, tell that person to call me. I'm probably not as judicial, perhaps, as Miss Vicky is. Again, thank you very much. Pat yourselves on the back, folks. You've had one phenomenal year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Without you, Mike.
Sure couldn't have. We appreciate you as well.
Well, that's kind of.
With that being said, agenda item number 13, and right following agenda item number 13, I want everybody to come stand in the front so we can take a photograph.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
All those in favor? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
You didn't count my vote?
I did count your vote.